Hi, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm here to talk to you about a book that I read last year that really helped me, and it's called Glucose Revolution by Inchauspe. This book is full of very accessible medical and nutrition advice, and one of the two things that I have really benefited from is monitoring your glucose in real time, called continuous glucose monitor. It's the tool that you put together with an app, or maybe through your working with your doctor, and then you actually measure your blood glucose, what it is in that moment, and so you can correlate symptoms with your blood glucose levels. And that was so much easier than having to buy those little strips that you can get at the drugstore, where you do a little pinprick and then you put that into a little reader. And I found that this was such a convenient way to correlate the symptoms with my blood glucose. Not that they were causing them, but that they were part and parcel of metabolic dysfunction, namely feeling very tired in the afternoon, no matter how much I worked out, and I felt like I wasn't getting enough energy, and all really had to do with managing my blood glucose. And I was finding out that I was pretty insulin resistant as well. I have not tried the other kind of an indirect blood test. I think it's called the HA1C. I haven't tried that yet. I believe you can also get those tests over the counter or with a prescription. These are not covered if you're not completely at uncontrolled type 1 or type 2 type diabetes. So because I'm not there yet, and hopefully I never get there, my insurance won't cover it. So I had to pay out of pocket for these. My nurse practitioner who I love, advocated that I can get these, and she wrote me a prescription for them, and I got these at Costco. They're about $60 for 2 weeks, and that includes the sensor and the applicator, and then the app you just download for free. But this book encourages you to start learning about your health, and then seeing whether it's your unregulated glucose and insulin release that is causing you to have certain symptoms that are borderline, on diabetes, but you're not diabetes yet because you're not there yet according to the test, according to the doctors. But you want to optimize your nutrition. You want to feel good. And one of the other hacks that she wrote about in this amazing book, which I highly recommend you get, is, I think it's gotten really popular now on social media. It's the apple cider vinegar hack. You take a swig of this in water. She encourages putting it in water, but when I'm busy seeing patients and I just don't want to drink any water at that moment, I just take a swig of it. So I will tell you a hack that I've discovered, which is going to really help cut the harshness of the taste of apple cider vinegar. So for those of you who don't know, real quick, one of the hacks that she writes about based on peer-reviewed literature is having a little bit of vinegar before you eat, maybe 30 minutes to an hour after your meal. I think she puts maybe a tablespoon in a couple ounces of water, and it's because it helps to get the glucose into our system a little bit easier, and it helps our muscles uptake it more quickly. So basically there's less of a spike. It's kind of a softer spike of glucose into your system, and that helps you regulate the symptoms downstream. So I won't tell you more about it because this book is so in-depth and so worth getting, but I will tell you that as a dentist, apple cider vinegar I think if you do it in excess, it can wear down the fronts of your anterior teeth if your enamel is already pretty thin. And a lot of people have kind of like that really beautifully thin, translucent enamel. And so I don't encourage that. I do think that diluting it in water is really good. Apparently, the practice of diluting vinegar in water and having it as just a pleasurable drink is common in many other cultures in the Middle East, and maybe that's how they stay so skinny. But I have composite on my front teeth because I was in a scooter accident when I was like in middle school. So I don't really care. My composites are not going to wear away they were done by BioClear, so the best kind of composites ever, very additive, not subtractive. Anyway, that's another thing. But as a dentist, I will tell you it's probably a good idea to dilute it. It is pretty acidic. And when you start taking a swig of this, it takes some getting used to. But I will tell you the secret to actually being able to take this down, and I don't know why, but I find that having a 1 or 2 pieces of either salami, pepperoni. This is this is sopressata. It has no nitrates or nitrites added, and it's all natural. It's a savory snack, which she talks about opting for. It's definitely not vegetarian, so you might have to explore your vegetarian, vegan options, but it's a really savory, peppery, flavorful little thing you can just do. And what I do is I actually just, you can have a bite of it before or after, but I do after, so watch. It totally cuts the harshness of the apple cider vinegar. It makes it so easy to take. So anyway, I've been doing this for a while, so I'm kind of like more used to it than you are, but it always hits a little bit hard. And I chase it with, and just immediately diffuses it. I don't know how or why, but I tell you it works. And because it stimulates salivary flow, it help to really buffer the acidity of the apple cider vinegar. So I like the standout brand. It's been around for a long time by Bragg. I think it's I would like to say Billy and Patricia Bragg. And it has the unpasteurized element in it, the culture, the mother. And they've been saying this on their bottle for a long time, your daily dose of wellness. But using this additional hack, which she didn't talk about, which is an excellent way to consume your apple cider vinegar if you're up for taking it straight, or you have thick, strong enamel, you're not concerned about acid erosion on your front teeth. But even if you dilute it, this makes for a great charcuterie accessory. It helps you get down your vinegar so easily, and it doesn't burn like it used to. So try that. Hopefully it works.